what's up. This displays the movie film with another commentary video. This time I will be doing a commentary on a video that has been commented on to death. A lot of people have made a commentary on that particular video, and I decided to join the fun. Now keep in mind that I will most likely copy what someone else has already said in their commentaries on that video. I will most likely just say the same things that have already been said. But I still feel like I wanna commentate on it. So let's start this fucking shit. What an appropriate title, because this rant is indeed a fucking rap. I will admit that the opening is pretty awesome. Sadly, it's all downhill from here.
We all have things that tick us off in life. For example, bullies, drugs, and hard to control children. I can ignore all of these things.
Wait a minute, what could possibly be worse than drugs?
However, there's one thing that's been bothering me that I can't ignore. I'm talking about these users my age end up showing their complete lack of thoughtfulness when reviewing a video game.
Okay, can you be a bit more specific? What exactly is the problem you have with those reviews?
It's like someone pursuing a PhD but only reads comic books. There are three things that I can't stand. First of all, a few of them don't use a script.
I will admit that I don't use scripts for any of my videos. The reason why I don't use a script, well, it's simple. Because I like to speak my mind.
I wonder if they have written down any notes at all.
I don't need any notes. Wanna know why? Because like I said, I think about what I wanna say in my videos. And I remember what I wanna say in my mind.
Secondly, many of them don't edit the footage in the videos. It's basically footage that occurs as if you turned on the video game console and started to play from start to finish.
I don't watch many game reviews, but I will have to agree with you there. Playing the game from start to finish doesn't count as a game review. It counts as a let's play.
And the third one is the worst of the worst. I'm sure some folks will object to this complaint. The worst part about these guys is repeated profanity and vulgar actions.
Wait a minute, how the hell is that a problem? First of all, curse words are still just words. Second, if you can't handle strong language, then get off YouTube. I mean seriously, YouTube is not a place for you if you can't handle strong language. It really isn't.
Thought so. But let me explain. When you don't script yourself, you sound boring with a lot of uhs, ums, and many pauses.
I never once say or in my videos. But I don't need a script. You know why? Because I think about what I wanna say in my videos. Yeah, sure, when I start making a video without thinking first about what I wanna say, the video won't turn out like it was supposed to. But you know what? I bike a lot. Before I start making a video, I often bike, and while biking I think about what I want to say and then talk about the things that I want to say when I get back home. It's as simple as that. I don't need scripts.
To be more specific, how would you like it if a radio or TV announcer started telling a story and had no idea how he or she would tell it? With all the stammering and time wasting, wouldn't it make you want to change the channel?
Okay, here is the difference. On a radio station, people are hired if they can talk for a very long time without pausing. But you know what? On YouTube, you don't need that. Wanna know why? Because you can easily just cut out the pauses in Windows Movie Maker, and I'm sure on other programs as well.
We usually only get to see the first few levels of the game you're reviewing. That doesn't always show us the troubled points you're describing.
Again, I agree. There's a difference between a game review and a Let's Play. In a Let's Play, you just play the game from start to finish. In a game review, you're supposed to say what's good and what's bad about the game. And you also have to play most of it before review it in order to make a good review.
Sometimes people watching would want to see the later levels. I certainly would.
There are two solutions for that. First off, play the game yourself. You will eventually be able to play the later levels. Another solution is to look up a Let's Play on YouTube. It's not that hard. I mean, Let's Plays are all around YouTube. But I do agree that showing the first few levels doesn't qualify as a game review.
I don't want to see someone continuously failing to pass a stage or level and having to start over.
Wait just a goddamn minute! Are you sure you are talking about game reviews and not talking about Let's Plays? Because it does sound to me that you are talking about Let's Plays. If that is the case and you don't like Let's Plays, here is a solution for you. Don't watch Let's Plays.
The third problem, profanity and disgraceful actions, is the #1 reason why most game reviewers are hard to enjoy.
I'm sorry, but I have no idea what the fuck you're even talking about. Yes, I said fuck because I believe in freedom of speech. Now, hearing the word fuck in a game review or whatever shouldn't prevent you from enjoying the video. And if it does, then you shouldn't go to a place like YouTube in the first place.
This problem raises a big question. Do you absolutely think it is necessary to spew out dirty language and have it bounce off a viewer's eardrums?
Well, here's the thing. YouTube is for freedom of speech. So if we want to swear, we have every right to. Some might argue that a lot of people have gotten falsely flagged because of hate speech and stuff like that. And even though that's true, it doesn't change the fact that YouTube is for freedom of speech. They even say so in their terms of service that they are for freedom of speech, which means I can say fuck as much as I want. Why do I say the word fuck in a lot of my videos? Well, that is my way of expressing myself.
I mean, think about it for a minute or two. Do you want to know why dirty language is a huge deal?
Is it because you're sensitive about it?
It's mostly because of two important points. The first point is, the inappropriate words being launched out of your oral cavity like bullets just make you sound quite unintelligent and not even funny in the slightest.
I am sorry, but I have to disagree with you there. I don't see how using the word fuck makes you less intelligent. I mean, sure, if you use curse words the wrong way, you could sound stupid. But the word fuck is still just a word. Yes, sure, it's a word that you can use in almost everything, but still, it's just a word, so it shouldn't bother you.
Too many reviewers' favorite words are the F words, the A words, and the S word. Those words have basically replaced every possible adjective, noun, and interjection imaginable. I feel as if people are devoted to these words as if they were awesome presidents or prime ministers.
I will admit that fuck is my favorite word. But saying that we worship them? I'm sorry, man, but that's just stupid.
Honestly, guys, can't you think of something better to say or a better way to say it? Swear words are just a crutch!
If you really feel that the way, the solution is simple. Don't go to YouTube.
Besides, you should really take this into consideration. It's also the second point I want to make. There are children who use the internet. That's right, I said children.
You know, as a parent, you shouldn't allow your kids to go to a site like YouTube in the first place.
What if a kid stumbled upon your review and started reciting out loud, "This game is a piece of shit. I can't stand this crap anymore. I'm done. Have a nice day."
I will admit that when a kid first hears the word fuck, he's most likely going to use that word out of context. But it's the parents' responsibility to make sure that the kids go to websites that are intended for them. And clearly, YouTube is not a website like that.
They'll be sent to their room with soap in their kissers, along with a glass of water and a bucket. Don't you realize that when a child hears other people cuss, he or she will think that it's cool? Don't you want to set a better example than that?
YouTube is not a place to set good examples for children, so they aren't even supposed to be on the website in the first place.
Hey kids, guess what? It's alright for you to mimic me because I have amazing talent. So forget about Fred and Smosh. Watch my videos. You'll be cooler than they are.
You are aware that the Smosh curse a lot, right? Yeah, they do bleep out the word fuck and shit. But you can still hear them say it clearly, even if it's bleeped.
Oh, man. I sure don't want to say that again. Whew. To put it simply, using profanity and vulgarity during a review of a video game is unnecessary.
Maybe so, but if people want to say fuck, they have every right to.
It's also just plain boring.
How can you call the word fuck boring? I mean, it has so many uses. It is in fact the most useful word in the English language.
This suggestion is directed towards 3 reviewers that people seem to pay the most attention to. Chris Bors, the irate gamer.
Yeah, a lot of people pay attention to Chris Bors, but trust me, most of it is negative attention.
James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, and Douglas Darian Walker, that guy with the glasses.
Why are you showing a picture of the nostalgia critic holding a controller of some sort? I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to show a picture of the nostalgia critic in the room where he usually makes his movie reviews?
I have an idea. Why don't you revise some of your reviews when you get the chance? Sure, it's a truckload of work, but if you do that, you might just end up with more fans.
That is a total bullshit! You won't get any more fans if you revise your videos. In fact, people are gonna fucking hate you for it. I mean, look at the Game Dude, for example. He revises his shit a lot. And his videos get a lot more dislikes than likes.
Right now, you might either be throwing a hissy fit or wondering, what would be a good review to watch?
I can think of plenty. The Angry Video Game Nerd, Jeremy Jones, Chris Stockman, Fury of the Film Fan, Tom Chelbers, and the list can go on and on and on. Those 5 all make fucking awesome reviews.
Well, luckily, I know 4 places on the net where civilized behavior is found.
After spending a lot of this video bitching about swearing, you finally found a solution. The solution is simple. If you don't like swearing, simply just go to another place where swearing is not allowed. It's as easy as that.
Nightwing01's YouTube channel page, Strange Gamer's channel page, GameSpot.com, and GameTrailers.com.
Those aren't 4 places, those are 2. 2 of the places that you mentioned is still on YouTube. Yeah, sure, when you have your own channel, you can easily just block the people who swear and delete their comments. But that doesn't prevent people from making a commentary on their videos and swear in those commentaries. You should have suggested 4 different websites where swearing isn't allowed. Not 2 websites and 2 YouTube channels.
That's a total of only 4 places on the net, and on one hand, where civilized reviews can be found. Think about it. Who wants to hear a person my age or older shout loudly and curse like a sailor over a video game?
Over 600,000 people do, because that's how many people are subscribed to James Rolfe's channel.
Your parents tell you to stop shouting over a game when you're young, and at your age, that info should be hardwired to your cerebrum.
Well, here's the difference. When you are a kid, your parents have control over what you do. However, if you are an adult, you can basically do whatever the fuck you want. You don't have to listen to your parents.
Even though you're acting, the cursing is abrasive and tiresome. Let me assure you, I like the work of James Rolfe, Chris Bors, and Douglas Walker.
You fucking hypocrite! If you hate swearing, then how can you possibly like any of them? All of them have one thing in common. They swear a lot, especially the angry video game nerd.
However, there are a few things about those reviewers that make them less enjoyable. Take Mr. Rolfe's work, for instance. He puts his reviews up on 3 different websites: GameTrailers.com, ScrewAttack.com, and Cinemassacre.com. All reviews I've seen are flooded with swears and common crude phrases. His movie summaries on Cinemassacre.com are similar, except that they are not as loaded with bad language as his AVGN videos. Even if Rolfe is part of an R-rated movie site, there is no need to include things like, "They'll kick your ass till shit comes out your ears."
You just stated the reason why he is allowed to swear. Because like you said, it is an R-rated website.
I can understand crude jokes and many swears in an R-rated movie or mature-rated game, since it's authentic for where the action takes place.
You know, the same thing can be said about YouTube. YouTube is a place that is not intended for children.
However, in a game review, not to mention a movie or TV show review, the included vulgarity and profanity is out of line in place. If these guys used their intellect as well as their talent, the audience scale would broaden out beyond 12 to 15-year-olds.
Let me tell you something. Just because somebody swears doesn't mean they aren't using their intelligence and talent. And a lot of adults enjoy those videos.
Thanks a ton to everyone who has watched this, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Unfortunately, I didn't. Because you mostly were just bitching about swearing.
See you guys again sometime. Peace.
What's the point of the credits if you were the one who did everything?
Fat.
So what are my overall thoughts on this video? Well, what he mainly did was just bitching about swearing. Now I am aware that a lot of people have made a commentary on this particular video. In fact, it's been overdone to death. But I decided that I want to make a commentary on this video as well, because I just wanted to address my feelings on that particular video. And I know I repeated myself a lot during this video, and that's because I really felt like I needed to. Now, if you have a problem with swearing, the solution is simple. Don't go to a website like YouTube, because YouTube is not intended for children or people who can't handle strong language. I used to have a disclaimer saying, warning, strong language used. Do not watch this if you're offended by such. And then I realized that when you're on YouTube, you should be expecting strong language anyway, since it's natural on a site like YouTube. There are plenty of websites that don't allow swearing. If you really don't like swearing, just go to websites like that. As simple as that. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and you all have a great day.